Hare Krishna.
Clear? Shalini Mataji? Ankita Mataji? Yes, Boli Mataji.
Prabhu, if Arjuna's desire was to go to live in a secluded place, मतलब तो उसमें problem क्या हो सकता है? Like he doesn't want to kill, but Krishna is desiring to fight, but at the same time Arjuna desires to live in a secluded place and don't want to kill the people. So being in and here it is especially mentioning that he is Kshatriya, he needs a kingdom, but if I see according to the soul's perspective, he wants to live in a secluded place, and he is a devotee of the Lord. So what is wrong in that, Prabhuji?
No. Initially, in a lower realization stage, one must follow the Varnashram. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, he should fight. His victory is in fighting, and even if he loses, he dies in the battlefield. That is better than to run away from the battlefield for a Kshatriya. This is on a Varnashram platform. On a devotee platform, Dharma tu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. If Krishna is telling him to fight, everything else is irrelevant. उधर ही बात खत्म हो जाता है. धर्मा तु साक्षात भगवत प्रणीतम. I hope it's answered.
Yes.
What is the problem if he lives in a secluded place? These are irrelevant. Krishna is telling him to fight. What is the Yudhishthir doesn't want to speak lie? What is the problem in that? Krishna is forcing him to say Ashwatthama Hatha, whereas that fellow is alive. Irrelevant. Krishna is telling to tell Ashwatthama Hatha, so Ashwatthama Hatha, bas baati khatam. Supreme Lord is telling, so forget about being an honest person. You do whatever Krishna is saying. Shloka number 32 to 35 together. Kim no Rajendra Govinda.
Kim no Rajendra Govinda.
Kim bhoge jivite nava.
Kim bhoge jivite nava.
Yesham arthe kangshitam no.
Yesham kangshitam no.
Rajyam bhoga sukhani cha.
Rajyam bhoga sukhani cha.
Ta ime avasthita yuddhe.
Ta ime avasthita yuddhe.
Pranam tvaktva dhanani cha.
Pranam tvaktva dhanani cha.
Acharya pitara putras.
Acharya pitarang putras.
Tathaiva cha pitamaha.
Tathaiva cha pitamaha.
Matula swasura pautra.
Matula swasura putra.
Shala sambandhinas tatha.
Shyala sambandhina tatha.
Etana hantumicchami.
Etanna hantumicchami.
Jnato api madhusudana.
Jnato api madhusudana.
Api trailokya rajyasya.
Api trilokya rajya.
Hetu kim no mahi krite.
Hetu kim no mahi krite.
Nihatya dhat rashtrana.
Nihatya rashtrana.
Aprithi swajanardana.
Kapriti sajanardana.
Now, few qualities like ahimsa. Ahimsa is a good quality or not? It is a good quality, ahimsa, right? But this same quality can be very dangerous if a wrong person has taken it up. A Kshatriya, if he starts behaving, if he starts following ahimsa to its core, then the kingdom is at a great danger. If he refuses to punish murderers and rogues, then the kingdom is at a great danger. So, apparently, these qualities like What is the problem if he quietly lives in a secluded place and follow devotional service? Might look nice, but at the same time, uh, once one person's irresponsible behavior can lead to the entire society's fall down. If the king of that country is not exercising himsa in the correct way, then the entire praja might not be able to perform devotional service properly. So it's very important for the administrators to be strict. Otherwise, that ensures that the society is in a good state to actually practice devotional service. Do you all agree or not? If the prime minister of a is very strict and very powerful and disciplined, it has effect on the prajas and also on the neighboring countries. Yes or no? It does.
Yes, yes.
If a country is having a naive prime minister, naive, you understand? Naive, you understand? Very, very, very lallu. Kya bole isko? You know, someone who would give up to any scare, any fear. Then the praja is at a very, very danger, and also the neighboring countries might take advantage of this. Okay? Yeah, Shalini Mataji. Unmute, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, आई वांटेड टू आस्क कि जैसे अभी हमारे में क्या वो वर्णाश्रम का मतलब अभी के युग में हम भी ऐसा मतलब यही हमारा धर्म तो जैसे कि कृष्ण नित्य दास मनोभाव भी अभी हमारा धर्म है ना, लेकिन कि हमको भी ऐसा मतलब क्षत्रिय जैसे अर्जुन ने क्षत्रिय धर्म फॉलो करने के लिए उनको
So we should follow Varnashram or not? That's your question? Like, is it possible or practical to follow Varnashram? Okay, since we have some time, so this is very important understanding. Now, following the Varnashram system is on a very material platform. Varnashram means Chaturvarna Chaturashram. What are the four Varnas? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. What are the four ashrams? Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. This creates a good platform for practicing devotional service. A person who is actually situated in one of the four varnas and one of the four ashramas, it is like a platform for practicing devotional service. It becomes easier. So now, but it is on a material platform. For example, if a person who is neither of the four varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, there are three lower varnas after Shudras: Yavan, Chandala, and Mlecha. Are you all aware of this? Yavan, Chandala, and Mlecha, dog eaters and all. Do you all agree or not? If a person, for example, I'll give an example. If a person is born in a Brahmana family, chances are high that he has a better chance of performing Krishna consciousness. Yes or no? On a material platform, of course, yes. Because it is supposed to be favorable. Now, whether this Brahmana family acts like a Brahmana or not, that is different topic. But if yes, it creates a better opportunity. Similarly, if a student has practiced brahmacharya and then entered into a grihastha ashram, for him to practice Krishna consciousness is much easier, because for the last 25 years, he has been in a Gurukul under the administration of a spiritual master, and he has practiced brahmacharya. Now, after getting all that training, now he has entered a grihastha ashram. So that means Varnashram is a good platform for practicing Krishna consciousness. But again, this is Bhagavat Vidhi. Sorry, Pancharatra Vidhi. But then there is, on the other side, there is Bhagavat Vidhi, which says even a Chandala, even a person born in Chandala, if given Harinam, and if he associates with devotees, he can rise to the platform of going back to Godhead in one lifetime. Forget if Prabhupada says, if a person has no Sukriti, zero Sukriti in previous life, koi Sukriti tha hi nahi. Ekdam, you understand, no Sukriti. But in the same lifetime, if he associates with pure devotees, he can go back to Godhead. This is called Bhagavat Vidhi. So there is one Pancharatra Vidhi, which is according to the Shastras, one ashram, following, etc. And then there is one another on the other side, there is Bhagavad Vidhi. Few foreigners, devotees, one of them once asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we must be very pious soul previous life. That's why we came to ISKCON, isn't it? Prabhupada replied, you have no piety at all. You all were what he said. It's only because of my mercy that you all have come into Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said like that. No Sukriti at all. You all have no Sukriti, zero Sukriti. As a Prabhupada told them. So what this is Bhagavad Vidhi. Because the power of Harinam, the power of devotee association can uplift a person from zero Sukriti, and that person can go back to Godhead in one life. In one life means he came in that same life, first time in Krishna consciousness, without having any bhakti balance, previous life ka, and the same life he can score 100 and go back to Godhead. Bhakti is so powerful. Okay? Hope it answered your question. Okay. But again, on the other hand, one ashram is important. That's why when Srila Prabhupada left his body, before he left his body, he told his devotees that I have done 50%. Remaining 50% you'll have to do. That is establish one ashram in our society. Very so one ashram, there will be one Shankar in the society. Yeah, farm community, correct. There will be one Shankar in the society. Women would be at great danger because they will misuse their independence badly, and men will be very exploitative in general. And what else he told that if there is no one ashram, then wrong person will be placed in the wrong place. A person with Shuddha quality will come to administrative class, he will become Kshatriya. We are seeing that today. These days, people who have no quality at all, they are being Shudra quality. They because of people's vote, they are becoming politicians. That is Kshatriyas. A person with, and similarly, you see all mix and match. Wrong person is in the wrong place. This will happen because if there is no varnashram in the society. So establishing varnashram in the society is very important. I will take another 2 minutes to make you all understand how this varnashram system was established in the Vedic era. In the Vedic era, how to understand who is Brahmana, who is Kshatriya? Because as per scriptures, it is not by birth, it is by guna and karma, correct? Guna karma, chaturvida, bhajante mam, janasakrit, guna karma vibhagasha. This, who is Brahmana, who is Kshatriya, this guna and karma would decide, not by birth. So, how to understand who is Brahmana, who is Kshatriya? It was very simple during Vedic era. The boys, they were sent to Gurukulas. Under the guidance of Gurukula, I mean, they were sent at a very young age, at around 5 or 6 years old, they were sent to Gurukula. And these boys, they used to be in Gurukul for the next 10-15 years. Under the direction, under the guidance of spiritual master, Gurudev. For the first few years, there would be basic studies, just like what we have in our education system in society. Common study for all. Like in our school system, from I think lower nursery to class 8 or 9, all students, they undergo the same subjects, same education, correct? Similarly, that would be in the Gurukula also. During this phase of life, the spiritual master will observe each and every students very closely. Now, because these students are not going back to home after 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. the way it is nowadays, they are staying with the spiritual master throughout. So it is easy for the spiritual master to understand who's got Brahmanical quality, who's got administrative quality, and they are staying for the past 9-10 years. So easy for the spiritual master to see that this fellow is he's got good leadership qualities, and he can administer the rest very nicely. He's got very much inclination towards yajna, he likes scriptural study. Then he's saying that this fellow is more into accountancy, taka and hisab, and this and that. So he's more into Krishi Goraksha Vanijya. These are the Vaishya community quality. And then at the end of those 9 years or 10 years, whatever, then comes the specialization year. During that time, the Brahmanical tendency fellows would be taught Yajan, Yajan, Pathan, Pathan, Dan, Pratigraha. The administrative quality children, they would be taught Dhanur Vidya, war, whatever, all those things. The Vaishya tendency fellows, or students, not fellows, students, they would be taught Rishi Goraksha Vanijya. And the Shudra would be rather assisting the rest of the three. Because they got Shudra. Shudra quality means more like a labor class quality and more like assistance. Then this is what they like. That's how Varnashram used to be in the Vedic era. It is still possible very much in today's era. The problem is, in today's era, the spiritual master does not choose कौन commerce लेगा और कौन science लेगा. It is rather the students who choose, or rather the parents who. So there begins the problem. A person who has got no inclination towards science is forced to do science, and so on and so forth. And anyways, there are no Brahmanical studies and no bifurcation as per the four Varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Nowadays, science, arts, commerce, and etc. Whatever, those things are there. Now, material education actually is not knowledge. Material education in spiritual eyes, it is called information. What we call knowledge, biology, chemistry, physics, H2SO4, is not knowledge. It is information. Two units of hydrogen and etc. This is information. This is not knowledge. Knowledge is what? Srila Prabhupada says, knowledge means who am I? Who is God? What is my connection with God? That is knowledge. Otherwise, rest is all information. 2 plus 2 is 4. This is not knowledge. This is information. So material study is information. Okay. With this background, anybody has any question regarding Varnashram? Good that you raised this question. It's very important to have this understanding. How it is very practical and how it was executed in the Vedic era properly. Any question anybody has? Okay. Yeah, please continue. Translation. O Govinda. Unmute yourself. Shivani Mataji.
O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living
Even
entities,
though otherwise they might kill me, he's ready to get killed rather than kill them. O maintainer.
O maintainer of living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjun has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of all pleasures for cows and the senses. By
So
using this
Govinda has two meanings. What are the two meanings, Pratima Mataji?
एक तो जो इंद्रियों को अपने कंट्रोल में रखते हैं
Okay.
वो मतलब इंद्रिय जो इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं वो गोविंद है, और जो गो को पालन करने वाले, आनंद देने वाले,
पालन करने वाला is Gopal. Pleasure giving is Govinda. ठीक है?
गोविंद.
Yeah. Please continue.
By using this significant word, Arjuna indicates that Krishna should understand what will satisfy Arjuna's senses. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. If we try to satisfy the senses of Govinda, however, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses, and he wants God to be order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the senses of the living entities as much as they deserve, but not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the
So it
opposite
means
way,
wish. Whatever you wish, you will get. That is not necessary. Like the other day, I told that everything starts with desire. Correct? Whatever we desire, Lord accordingly supplies. But remember, at the same time, just mere desire is not enough. Desire के साथ साथ deserve भी होना चाहिए. Otherwise, a rickshaw wala, he might desire to have Mercedes Benz, but Lord will only supply him if he deserves. So desire must be accompanied by with deserve. Both things should be there. Desire and deserve together. Then only Lord will think about it. Not necessary you have desire and you deserve also, but Lord will provide. No, Lord is not bound. Understood this logic? Understood this? Okay? Please continue.
when one takes the opposite way, namely when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring to satisfy one's own senses, then by the grace of Govinda, all desires of the living entity are satisfied.
Example?
Arjuna,
Example, when we want to offer bhoga to the Lord, uh, and the Lord actually glances over the bhoga and that's how he accepts it, then after that it becomes prasadam and we honor prasadam. So this is an example where both the Lord's senses are satisfied and in return our senses are also satisfied. Bhagwan ko bhog mil gaya and we got our prasadam. Yeah, please continue.
Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here, partly due to his natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to show his opulence to friends and relatives, but Arjuna fears that all his relatives and friends will be killed on the battlefield and he will be unable to share his opulence after victory.
Hare Krishna. Isn't this sense gratification? You will become the king, Chakravarti Samrat, and there's nobody, none of your relatives around to actually see that. So that's a sense gratification. Continue, please.
This is a typical calculation of material life. The transcendental life, however, is different. Since the devotee wants to satisfy the desires of the Lord, he accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord. And if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna kill them personally. At this point, he did not know what Krishna had already killed them before their coming into the battlefield, and that he was only to become an instrument for Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This
So Krishna will tell later Arjuna. Arjuna, just kill them. They are already killed. They are anyway going to the hell. Just kill them. Still he won't. Then Krishna will show his Vishwaroop. And in Vishwaroop, Arjuna will see that all his opponents, they are entering the mouth of Krishna, as if they are entering death. Already they are entering death. You will see Bhishma Pitama, etc., Duryodhan, everybody entering the fiery mouth of the Lord. So they are anyways dying. Yeah. I'm just giving an opportunity to be the instrument. And history will, appreciate that. Krishna will say in later on. Yeah, continue, please.
This fact is disclosed in following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like to retaliate against his miscreant cousins and brothers. But it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The
Hare
devotee
Krishna.
of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada is writing as a natural devotee of the Lord. So, devotees in general does not like killing. Right? In general, devotees don't like killing and fighting and all this. But if the Lord is ordering, then everything is irrelevant. Yeah, please continue.
The devotee of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoer, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotees by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjuna wanted to excuse them.
Okay. Any question? Papam eva shrayedasman.
Papam eva
Etan atataina. Tasman nara vayam hantum. Dhartarashtan sabandhavan. Swajanam hi katham hatva. Sukhina shama madhava. Who wants to read?
Me.
Yes, Shalini Mataji.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Purport. According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors: a poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons.
One sec. Because there might be misunderstanding. There are 6 kinds of aggressors who should be killed. Okay? There can be million kinds of aggressors, but all of them should not be killed. Now, there are 6 kinds of aggressors who should be killed. Now you read one by one.
A poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps a wife.
सब चीज का छीन उन्होंने किया होगा.
Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors.
Hare Krishna. Please, for social knowledge, this is written in the scriptures and also in Srila Prabhupada's purport, but we're going to report to the police in such case. That is the modern social law we're going to follow. Okay, continue.
Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Ram Rajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife Sita. But Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons, unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjun's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps necessary against ordinary aggressors.
Hare Krishna. So you understand the difference? Now this Ravana was a demon. He was a negative person. But Arjuna's opponents are his relatives. Ravana was no relative to Lord Ramchandra. Was he any relative to Ramchandra? No. So it would be easier for him to actually kill whatever. But in this case, these fellows are all Arjuna's relatives. So very difficult for Arjuna actually. Please continue.
Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Mahadeva or
No,
husband
Madhava.
Madhava or the husband of the goddess of fortune is also significant in this connection.
Hare Krishna. So this is the meaning of the word Madhav, husband of goddess of fortune. And many people don't know this. Continue.
He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune.
Because Lakshmi means fortune, and he is Lakshmi Pati. Madhava means Lakshmi Pati. That's why. Continue.
Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees.
Any question? Please check purport. Sloka number 37 and 38. Yadyapyayite na pashyanti
Yadyapi te na pashyanti
lobopahata chetasha
lopahata chedasha
lakshaya kritam dosham
kulatyam dosham
mitra dohe cha patakam
mitra dohe patakam
katham nageyam asmabhi
katham nagena asmabhi
papadasman nivartitum
papadasman nivartitum
lakshaya kritam dosham
kulashaya kritam dosham
prapasyadbhir janardana.
prapasyadhi.
Please continue.
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Please repeat.
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends,
So
why
who is he referring to? To his opponents. Because they have come to fight. So that's why he's saying although these men, they see no harm in fighting with relatives, in killing friends, but they are bad. Now, is it necessary that we also will be like them? This is Arjuna's new logic. Okay? Please continue.
why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Understood Arjuna's question? ये जरूरी है कि हम भी वैसे हो जाएं उन लोग के जैसा?
A Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble when he is so invited by some rival party.
This is the best answer. So we can't say that ठीक है आप मेरे साथ युद्ध करने आए but I'm not bound to fight with you. No, you have to because you're a Kshatriya. Somebody is challenging you and you will say that no, you are bad. Why should I also be bad? No, that is not. That is cowardly. Yeah.
Under such an obligation, Arjuna could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhana. In this connection, Arjuna considered that the other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjuna, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjuna decided not to fight.
Clear? Shubhankar Prabhu, clear? Okay.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhu, Arjuna was Kshatriya, and here it's mentioned that he cannot refuse battle, and so why he was not fighting, like was not decided to fight?
Because he got bodily connected. He was negating Varnashram Dharma. Of course, Varnashram Dharma is also on a bodily platform, but Arjuna fully became bodily conscious. Killing other men is on a bodily level. They are his relatives. That is also on a bodily level. Also, on a bodily level is ahimsa. These are all bodily level. So these things affected Arjuna. Does it answer the question?
Thank you.
Then Krishna in second chapter will bring soul concept. He will tell Arjuna, we are soul, we are not this body. And these fellows, they are also souls. And they are anyway dead. Yeah. Number 39. Kulakshaye pranashanti
कुलक्षय प्रणश्यन्ति
kuladharma sanatanya
कुलधर्मा सनातन
dharminasti kulam krishnam
धर्मिणासे कुलं कृतम्
adharmo vibhavantya.
अधर्मो
Yes, who wants to read next? Who wants to read? Yes, Prahlad Nishing Prabhu.
Translation. With the destruction of the dynasty,
Hare Krishna, I would request, Haribol, please listen. I would request, please sit straight. The book should be between your laptop or mobile. So what happens? We get 100% of your voice, not a distorted voice. If I look there and if I speak, it's not a complete voice we get, okay? Voice sound quality should be very high. Whoever is reading or wants to read, please ensure that there is no background noise, no pankha ka noise, nothing. Very high quality, especially in online class.
with the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in the irreligion.
Understood this, everybody? All these fellows killed, the whole dynasty gone. And then there will be irreligion. Irreligion, how? Varnashankar aa jayega. What about their women? They will be widowed. Overnight they will be widowed. Full, wholesale pura widow. Yeah.
In the system of Varnashram institution, there are many principles of religious tradition to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder member are responsible for such purifying process in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder member, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habit, and thereby no purpose should the elder member of the family be slain.
Understood? Arjun's logic? Adharma bhibhavat Krishna Pradushyanti kula striya Strishu dustashu varneya कहाँ से आवाज आ रहा है? ओके जायते वर्ण संकरा
When religion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted and from degradation of womanhood, O descendant of what's the spell, Prabhu?
Descendant of
O
Vrishni,
descendant of Vrishni, come unwanted progeny.
Okay. So what happens? Irreligion. When irreligion is prominent in the family, why? Because the elder male members all are dead because of the battle. Correct? So now the women are without any protection, without any guidance. And as per scriptures, women should always be under guidance. As a child under the protection of father, as a woman under the protection of husband, and as an elderly lady under the protection of dependent son. but they should always be under protection and guidance as per scriptures. Now, if the elder male members of the family of the entire dynasty are gone, then that will be dangerous. Women will be without any protection and guidance, and what will happen? Degradation of womanhood. It will follow. It will lead to degradation of womanhood. Purport.
Good.
And see,
Good
Arjuna is so intelligent. He is choosing very perfect words to address Supreme Lord. He is talking about dynasty. That's why he is calling Krishna as descendant of Vishnu. Krishna comes in the descendant of Vishnu dynasty. So dynasty. Yeah, continue. Boliye.
Good population in human society
Yes,
is the
Mataji.
basic principle of.
Repeat that again. That why why Arjuna is referring Krishna as Vrishni.
Krishna comes from Krishna in his dynasty. Mataji, you log out and log in. From you, this sound is coming. एक बार log out करके log in करिए. होता है कभी-कभी. Log out and log in. Please hang on.
Should I read, Prabhu?
No.
হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি একটু বৃষ্ণি বংশজ ব্যাপারে একটু বলবেন
বংশের ব্যাপারে পুরো কৃষ্ণের ডাইনেস্টি I have written. I have this chart. This is tree. I have to see where is Vrishni.
Prabhu, can you send the picture of this chart, please?
I'll send this picture. Let's see if I have this soft copy. So I have to find someone in the entire dynasty, Chandravansh. There must be Vrishni. Yeah, continue. Yeah, what we asking
in human society.
क्या आपने पूछा?
प्रभु जी मैंने पूछा था कि अर्जुना जैसे आपने बोला ना कि अर्जुन जो है पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स में अलग-अलग नाम से कृष्णा को रेफर कर रहा है।
So here he is asking Vrishni, descendant of Vrishni. Let me log it on level. I think some problem with my system. Yeah. So here Arjuna is descendant of Vrishni. That's how he's addressing Supreme Lord, because the context is about dynasty, how the dynasty will get contaminated with killing. Understood? That's why he's addressing also the descendants of Vrishni. It is also referring to the dynasty of Krishna, isn't it? Understood? Yeah. Continue, bro.
Good population in human society is basic principle for peace, prosperity, and spiritual progress in life. The Varnashram religion's principle were so designed that the good population would prevail in society for general spiritual progress of state and community. Such population depends on the chastity and faithfulness of womanhood. As children
Understood.
are very
important statement. Such population depends on chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. This is the root of a civilized society. Please highlight. Such population depends on the chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. Please continue. As children are very prone to be misled. Women are similarly very misled. Women are similarly very prone to degradation. Therefore, both children and women require protection by the elder member of the family. By being engaged in various religious practice, women will not be misled into adultery. According to Chanakya Pandit, women are generally not very intelligent and therefore not trustworthy. So the different family tradition of religious activity should always engage them, and thus their chastity and devotion will give birth to a good population eligible for participating in the Varnashram system. On the failure of such Varnashram dharma, naturally the woman becomes free
to act and mix with men, and thus adultery is indulged and thus unwanted children flood the human race at the risk of war and pestilence.
Clear? Very strong purport. Huh? Many imams are giving big eye look. But this purport is Prabhupada's, not mine. Huh? ठीक है. Last sentence is for consolation. It's a consolation prize for Mataji's. Last sentence. Prabhupada is saying, irresponsible men also provoke adultery in society. ठीक है? So don't worry. And thus, unwanted children flood the human race at the risk of war and pestilence. So these are his logic, Arjun's logic, why he should not, go ahead with the war. The opponent is mad, let them come and fight, but we will not fight. This is the logic. We should not fight. Shankaro narakayaiva
Shankaro
kulanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro yesham lupta pindo daka kriya. Yes, please continue. And
as increase of unwanted population certainly cause hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of
understood.
such
An increase of unwanted population. Just imagine a society where most of the members are illegitimate sons or daughters of others.
Yeah.
How the society would be? How there will be any family system? कुछ family रहेगा क्या? कुछ नहीं रहेगा. सब illegitimate sons, illegitimate daughters. क्या family कुछ है ही नहीं. So that's why an increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. Then
the ancestor of such corrupt families fall down because the performance for offering them food and water are eternally stopped.
because अभी तो और पिंडदान नहीं होगा ना. How will pindadan take place now? Because all are illegitimate sons and daughters, and anyways the male members have been killed because of the war. So who will do the pindadan? And if there is no pindadan, then who will offer Vishnu Prasad to the ancestors? The ancestors are waiting for Vishnu Prasad. That's why we should do pindadan. Now they don't get any pindadan. They don't get any Vishnu Prasad. So the ancestors also rot in the Pitra Loka. Understood, everybody?
I have a question, Prabhu.
So these are the collateral damages which Arjun is trying to explain to Supreme Lord. Collateral damage, you understand? Related to each other, collateral damages. These things are going to happen. So please don't tell me to go for war. Yeah, Prabhu.
Prabhu, आप अभी बताए क्या पिंडदान, about पिंडदान. So we should do पिंडदान, but sometime, like, I am from a Bihari family, so the thing is, when a father and mother dies, like मेरे पापा के जब मेरे दादा there's a saying, like, if you go to Gaya, then you don't need to do Pindadan every year. So, is it so?
Every year you don't need to do, but once you need to do Pindadan.
Yeah.
Usually in the Hindu tradition, once we go and we do Pindadan, once and for all. Usually this. And for the rest of the years, during those Pitra Paksh, we offer Vishnupad, just in case our ancestors have not yet gone their body. So it's good. We offer, I'm talking about the Vaishnavas, what we usually do. Even Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, he did Pindadan.
Yeah.
So we follow that tradition. We also do once Pindadan. He went once. We also go once.
Okay.
Yes, Maninder. बोलिए मनिंदर.
तो जैसे प्रहलाद सिंह प्रभु बता रहे थे कि वो बात सही है कि हम लोग को पिंडदान के लिए जो है नहीं करना, लेकिन जैसे उनका ये कहना है कि पिंडदान नहीं करना पड़ता है, ऐसा नहीं है. हमें पिंडदान करना है, लेकिन यदि कोई कारणवश नहीं कर पाए तो उसका अपराध नहीं लगता है.
Yes, anybody has any question regarding this Pindadan ancestors? Okay, yeah, continue. So our our ancestors actually they wait in Pitralok for such these days. When will some one from my descendant become a Vaishnava and give me Vishnu Prasad? We'll do Pindadan and go to Gaya and give me. They wait for these days. Pitralok days होता है ना वो 7 दिन and 9 दिन. They wait for all this time, and we should do that. In fact, in the scriptures it is written 4 places where a grihastha should spend his income. You can note that also. For these 4 places, any grihastha should spend his income. 1, spreading the holy name of the Lord, prachar. 2, daily expenses, Doinandan kharcha. 3, paying oblations to forefathers. 4th one was Doinandan expenditures and save some amount for future emergencies. These are the 4 spendings for grihasthas.
Prabhu, sorry, third one, repeat.
Third one, one was
Paying
spreading the
obligations to forefathers.
spreading the holy name of the Lord. First and the most important, he should spend for the spreading the holy name of the Lord, meaning for prachar. Second was daily expenses, Doinandan kharcha. Third is paying oblations to forefathers, and fourth is future emergencies. This
Like one by one वो gradually जो question अपना जो पूछ रहे हैं अर्जुना, like
please repeat. अर्जुना 39-40 में एक ही दो श्लोक में क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं.
39 to 42
Correct.
वो आपने रिपीट किया था और आपने एक पॉइंट बोला ना प्रभु कि लाइक अर्जुना इज आस्किंग सिस्टमैटिकली द क्वेश्चन, मतलब फ्रॉम श्लोका नंबर 39, तो इसको यही से कंसीडर करेंगे ना, फ्रॉम श्लोका नंबर 39 टू श्लोका नंबर 42.
42 क्या 40 तक ना 40 तक
40. ओके
नहीं यू आर राइट. 41 भी है, 42 भी है, तो कंटिन्यूस एक के बाद एक कोलैटरल क्वेश्चंस पूछते ही जा रहे हैं. Yeah, purport continue please.
According to the rules and regulations of fruitative activities, there is need to offer periodical food and water to the
जो भी उसने
forefathers.
क्वेश्चन पूछा है इसके बाद सब तो रिलेटेड है, एक के बाद एक पूरा बताते जा रहे हैं, पूछते ही जा रहे हैं. इसके बाद ये होगा, इसके बाद ये होगा, इसके बाद ये होगा, तो क्या करें. फिर फाइनली देखते हैं भगवान उत्तर देगा. या
This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu, because eating the remnants of the food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful reactions. Sometimes
Vishnupada temple and there is Vishnu ka charan and he offers meat and they offer to the charan. You have seen maybe I've gone there, I've done for my father. And also on such occasions, many people in Bengal, what they do, they go to on Mahalaya and those Pitra Paksh days, they go to Ganges and they hire a Brahmana who makes pinda and ऐसे करके पिंडदान offer करते हैं. Many Vaishnavas, what they do on such occasions, they offer Vishnu Prasad in their home, and they take a banana leaf, and when the prasad comes out, after they offer to the bhoga to the Lord, they make one nice plate, banana plate, and put all the prasadam items, and they go to the terrace, and in one corner of the terrace they place, and they invite their ancestors. Please accept Vishnu Prasad. Please come and accept Vishnu Prasad. In case you haven't got any body, I pray to Lord Vishnu to give you body. Please accept Prasad and you might get body. ऐसे ही है. This is the logic behind offering oblations to the forefathers. Okay, continue.
Sometimes the forefather may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body, and are forced to remain in subtle bodies as ghosts.
So maybe they had apomrityu. Apomrityu means untimely death, maybe because of suicide or accident. So they did not get a body. So they are in the subtle body. Subtle body means mind, intelligence, and false ego, and the soul. That's it. The soul and the subtle body, without any gross body. Where usually these subtle bodies hang around, we read in Srimad Bhagavatam. They are around, I think, 180 or 18 kilometers above the Bhulok. There's a Bhuvarlok, Bhulok, Bhuvarlok, Janalok, Tapalok, Maharlok, Swarglok, etc. So just above this, we are in Bhulok. Everybody knows, I hope. भूलोक और पृथ्वीलोक और मर्त्यलोक मृत्युलोक. हमारे ऊपर जो भूवरलोक है, that is where all the ghosts and pishachas, whatever people who have not got body, souls who have not got body, they hang around. Rajiv Prabhu.
Prabhu, so one second.
बोलिए.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll ask later, Prabhu.
Where is your book?
Prabhu, I have here, Prabhu.
So see in the book. What questions you have?
I am following here, Prabhu.
Okay. Take care. Continue, please. Prahlad Nishinu Prabhu.
To forefathers by descendant, the forefather are released from the ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help.
Why is it miserable? Because you have to understand, when there is no gross body, they are in a miserable state. Without a body, they can't stay somewhere. They have to hang around. উড়ে বেড়াতে হবে, বুঝতে পারছেন কি বলছি? Without a gross body, উড়ে বেড়াতে হবে. It's a miserable state, very punishable state. That's why it's very important that we offer oblations to our forefathers. Remember also, whatever body we have got, it is one of the reasons we are indebted to our forefathers for getting this body. That's why in one of the shlokas, I don't know whether you all know this or not, Devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitrinam naking karunaya rinicharajan. Have you all heard this shloka? So every human being is obligated to demigods, to saintly persons, and also to their forefathers for this body. It is because of our ancestors that we have got this body. Any doubt in this? So we are indebted to them. And how this debt is removed, that is also given in the shloka. Devarshi bhuta pranam pitrinam naking karunaya rinicharajan sarvatmanasya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam paririttakartham. Gato mukundam paririttakartham. By offering, by being a devotee, gato mukundam, if somebody is devoted to Mukunda, Mukunda means
Govinda.
Mukunda means the deliverer, deliver from this, because Lord Mukunda, he delivers conditioned souls from this birth of cycle and death. So Mukunda means deliverer. So Gato Mukundam Paririttakartam. If somebody worships Lord Mukunda, then he needn't pay back any debt. He is not obligated to pay debt to even demigods, to forefathers. So even if a Vaishnava does not pay any obligations to forefathers, it is okay. It is okay. But as a social custom, even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also paid obligations to his forefathers, in fact to his father Jagannath Mishra. After his death, he went to Gaya to offer Pindadan. But the actual purpose for going to Gaya was what? Boliye?
Preaching the
Sannyas.
No, it's not sannyas, not preaching. It was to take Diksha from Ishwar Puri.
Yeah.
It was to take initiation from Ishwar Puri, to meet his spiritual master. Sannyas he took at Katwa from Keshav Bharati. Yeah, continue.
Such help rendered to forefather is a family tradition, and those who are not in devotional life are required to perform such ritual. One who
So,
is
Naima
engaged,
bhalo. If somebody is not in spiritual life, please do this. Pay oblations to forefathers. Go to Gaya, and if during Pitra Paksh, offer prasad to your forefathers. Okay? Yeah. Even if somebody is in spiritual life, you can do it. It's no problem. There's no problem in that. Please continue.
one who is engaged in the devotional life is not required to perform such action. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of miseries. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam.
This is the shloka I was referring to.
Should I read the sloka or just?
Yes, yes. In second tune of Bhagavad Gita. Remember the second tune? Devarshi Bhutapta. Boliye.
Devarshi Bhuta Narana Kritanana
Naking.
Naking Karunayam Rincha Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Yam Gato Kundam Paritre Karatam. Anyone?
Very nice. You got the tune. This is the second tune of Bhagavad Gita. I want also 2-3 other devotees to volunteer and read the shloka for the sake of the tune. Raji Prabhu, go ahead.
देवर्षिभूताप्त नृणां पितॄणां न किङ्करो नायं ऋणी च राजन्
Very nice.
सर्वात्मनाय शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तम्.
Excellent. Manizar Prabhu, first 2 lines.
देवर्षिभृतां नृणां पितॄणां नाकिं करुणायमणि च राजनम्.
Very nice. Abhishek Prabhu, continue.
सर्वात्मानाय शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परित्यागरत्यम्.
Very nice. Continue. Prahlad Singh Prabhu.
Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, gives up all kind of obligations and has taken to the path of all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to the demigod, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefather. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Understood? So usually we are indebted, but by coming into devotion, Raj, Lord was requesting Prahlad, please ask some benediction. So Prahlad said, hey Lord Nrsimha, if you really want to give me some boon, please liberate my father, Hiranyakashipu. And then Lord Nrsimha is telling, Arey Prahlad, what do you think? Not only your father, your 21 generations before and coming 21 generation all are liberated. Haribol. Because you have come to devotional service. Because you are my devotee. Usile Gato Mukundam Parirityakartam. If you become a devotee of Lord Mukunda, all these obligations are gone. Jai Madha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Regarding mothers, same like liberation of mother.
I didn't get your question.
Like they're saying regarding liberation of forefathers, and regarding mother.
Forefathers includes all women, men, all. Whoever not got your God body, they will get liberated. Whoever got body, to baat hi khatam. They will get the karmic reaction. This is mainly for getting a body. But remember, if a person becomes a Vaishnava, it's not that their forefathers only gets body. They also become Vaishnava. If a person becomes Vaishnava, it's not only that their forefathers who did not get body will get body. No, they will become Vaishnava. Raji Prabhu.
Prabhu, so you just mentioned about that who becomes a ghost, whoever is getting untimely death.
Usually.
One is suicide, So, Prabhu, accident is untimely or it is due to karma?
देखो एक्सीडेंट को अपमृत्यु ही बोले, अपमृत्यु. It is actually many things result in a death. I mean, it is, you can't just say it's because of karma. Of course, karma is there, but it's many others karma also mixed in it that this person leaves his body. Apamrityu. Apamrityu usually means untimely death for the socio-economic class. Say, for example, if a person dies at the age of 11 because of a road accident, so for the society is apamrityu, but actually the soul is 11 years old. No, that body was 11 years old. So if you see spiritually, it is not apamrityu, it is mrityu. But apamrityu in the sense that the person did not die a natural death. He died because he got crushed under a vehicle. In that sense, it is apamrityu. So such a harsh death for a devotee is different case. For a non-devotee is different case. For a non-devotee, it might be karmic reaction. For a devotee, it might be accumulation which is acting as a catalyst for B2G. Am I understood? It can be accumulation, and this untimely death is acting as a catalyst for going back to Godhead. For example, Lord wants this person back to Godhead. But he sees his accounts and finds out that he will take another 11 lifetime to come back to him. So what Lord does, whatever his accumulated sins are, he will give a good bang, and make sure that he comes back. So a lot of, even in ISKCON, there has been even Maharajas who had untimely death or not a good death. Param Pujya Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he was on his way back from Mayapur to Calcutta. He was one of Srila Prabhupada's favorites, Tamal Krishna Maharaj. But on the road he died because of a car crash. So many devotees started questioning not Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada wasn't there then. Many devotees started questioning why this happened to such a Maharaj, etc. So this karma is very complex. It is inconceivable for us. So very difficult to answer. But these were the obvious answers given by senior devotees. That Lord, when he wants his devotees back, especially the very surrendered souls, this is one of the ways he gets them back. Okay, yeah. Where are we now? In question number, sloka number 42, correct?
Yeah.
Doshete kula jnanam
दोषे कुलाज्ञानम्
varna shankara karake
वर्णशङ्करकारके
utsadyante jati dharma kula dharmascha shashvata. Please mute, let me read. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. Now, Shivani Mataji, Arjun may not be asking question here, but it is like he is continuing his question only. There is no question mark here, but it is as good as asking only. Now, these things are going to happen. So why are you telling me to fight? Like in 42, he is saying what will happen? By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to the unwanted children, all kinds of projects, these are the collateral damages. Purport. Community projects for the four orders of human society combined with family welfare activities as they are set forth by the institution of Sanatan Dharma or Varnashram Dharma are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of Sanatan Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society, and consequently, people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such leaders are sure to be led into chaos. Any question? Utsanna kula dharmanam manusyanam janardana
Manusyanam Janardana
narake niyatam vaso
Narake Niyatam Vaso
bhavati anushruma. Now, for the time being, even if Arjun's these questions and statements are looking very convincing, but don't worry, in the coming chapter, he will get befitting reply. Okay? From Krishna. Oh Krishna, maintainer of the people, Janardana, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. Okay? This is called collateral statements. एक के बाद एक collateral. ये होगा तो ये होगा, ये होगा तो ये होगा, ये होगा तो ये होगा. Purport.
Here also so Gyani.
Arjuna bases his arguments not only on his own experience, personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in the Varnashram institution by which, before death, one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must use the process of atonement called prayaschitya. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred into hellish planets to undergo miserable life as a result of sinful activities. So there is a Varnashram mein hai ye prayaschitya just before death. When one person becomes old, you must be remembering that the Pandavas, they left the kingdom and they went for prayaschitya. Do you know this? And one dog also followed, etc. and all. So this is there in Varnashram, especially when the person becomes old, he leaves the house and goes to the north. North is supposed to be spiritual. He travels north on his own. This is one of the prayaschitya. By taking up this austerity, he is actually doing atonement. This is there in Varnashram, in Vedic era. It is there. Any question? Sloka number 44. Aho bata mahat papam. Boliye. Kartum vyavasthita mayam. Yadrajya sukhalobhena. Antum svajanam udyatya. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit great sinful activities, sinful act. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen. Now see, Arjun is saying what we, Bhagwan ko bhi jod liya. However, he is his chariot driver. Huh? He is without any weapon. We are. Driven by selfish motives, one may be inclined to such sinful acts as the killing of one's own brother, father, or mother. There are many such instances in the history of the world. But Arjuna, being a saintly devotee of the Lord, is always conscious of moral principles and therefore takes care to avoid such activities. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastra pranaya Dhartarashtra rane hanyus Anme shemataram bhave. উচ্চারণ করুন, মুখ খুলে উচ্চারণ করুন এইসব শ্লোক উচ্চারণ করতে করতে ধরে ফেলবেন। Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Imagine Arjun's condition. Purport. It is the custom according to Kshatriya fighting principle that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjun, however, decided that even if attacked by the enemy in such an awkward position, he will not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. Even Krishna went as a mediator and was requesting, give some village, ek do village, पांच village de do, bas that's it. But Duryodhana refused. And Arjuna is forgetting all this history. How Draupadi was stripped in front of everybody. Sab bhul gaya. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. So it is true that when a person becomes a devotee, slowly he becomes very kind and soft-hearted. Because especially he sees the world as a place of suffering. And he cannot tolerate the suffering of all living entities. That's why the heart but foolish in the entire society. But at the same time, we cannot be naive. मूर्ख होते पारी ना हमरा. Nobody should cheat us, thinking that oh ये हरे कृष्णा वाले ये मूर्ख है, करते हैं. You know, इन लोग बहुत बुद्धू होता है. इन लोग को हम लोग ठगा सकते हैं. No, Prabhupada, nobody dared cheat Prabhupada. He was very smart and cautious all the time. We should be like him. Follow him at least. Follow his footsteps. Sanjay Vacha.
Sanjay
Arjuna, sorry. Evam Arjuna Sankhe. Ratho Pasta Upavita. Visrijya Sasaram Chapam. Shokya Samvigna Manasa. Sanjay said to whom? Dhritarashtra. Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. My goodness. Dhritarashtra must be so happy to hear this. While observing the situation of his enemy, Arjuna stood up on the chariot, but he was so afflicted with lamentation that he sat down again, setting aside his bow and arrows. Such a kind and soft-hearted person in the devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self-knowledge. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. We're going to do only five shlokas from chapter 2 today. Abhishek,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So there is a question. List Arjun's arguments for not fighting. So it's going to be a big answer.
The sound is not clear.
So Prabhuji, there is a question in a closed book. List Arjun's arguments for not fighting.
Your voice is breaking.
List Arjun's arguments for not fighting.
Arguments for not fighting, yes. So
what is your question? Very big answer. I mean, kitna points dena chahiye?
Yeah. So see, wherever he's starting these questions, you have to give all of those. You have to give all of those. This is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. Usually this question comes for 2 marks. For 2 marks, this you have to answer. For 2 marks, usually we give this question for 2 marks. For 2 marks, the question is usually one paragraph. The answer is usually one paragraph. So in a gist, you have to answer. This question. So we have 2 kinds of closed book answers, closed book questions. One is for 1 mark, one is for 2 marks. The ones which are for 1 mark usually is 1 sentence answer. इसका मतलब क्या है? इस word का मतलब क्या है? That is usually 1 mark question. The question which you asked is usually for 2 marks. You have to write 1 paragraph. In short, this is going to happen, then Varna Shankar is going to happen, then there is going to fall down in the society, and all will be bewildered, etc. Full stop. ऐसे करके, In short, to combine all those 7-8 shlokas where he is giving the collateral things into 1 paragraph. Am I understood?
Okay, Professor.
Let us pray to Srila Prabhupada by reciting his mantra before entering chapter 2. Ankita Mataji.
হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি ওই ক্লোজ বুকে ওই চ্যাপ্টার 1 থেকে একটা কোশ্চেন আমি খুঁজে পাইনি লিস্ট দ্য ওয়াজ ভীমা মেড আফটার দ্য গ্যামলিং ম্যাচ শ্লোকা নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে 1.4 তো 1.4 শ্লোকা পাঠটা করেছি কিন্তু আনসারটা খুঁজে পাইনি
Okay. Yes. Handbook page number?
পেজ নাম্বার 28
Sorry?
28 handbook page number 28 question number 5
List the vows Bhima made after the gambling match. 1.1 surrender unto me.
1.4
1.4. So in 1.4, please turn to 1.4. So list the question number 5, right? List the vows Bhima made after
Yes.
the gambling match. Now, one of the vows which Bhima made was that he would kill Duryodhan. This is one of the vows he made. I would kill you. And how? In a Gada fight. I'll do one thing. This is outside the purport. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji, outside.
The answer to this.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing out this.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes. Anybody has any other question? Make sure you all start looking and marking these close book answers parallelly. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Gita chapter 2, sloka number 1. Sanjay Vacha.
Sanjay
Tam tatha kripayavishtam Ashru purna kulekshanam Vishidantamidam vakyam Vacha madhusudana. Yes, Vishwarup Prabhu. Translation. Sanjay said. Unmute, please.
Sanjay said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna spoke the following words. Purport. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose, the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Sri Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed conception of the real self.
Very well, very nice. Yes, any question? He is summarizing actually Lord Krishna's answer, Srila Prabhupada. Sri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri
Shri
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan
I want to request all of you. My goodness, शिवानी माता जी आप म्यूट करेंगे और कहाँ से आवाज आ रहा है? I don't know. Yeah, I want to request one of all of you. Mute Shubhankar Prabhu, आपसे भी आवाज आ रहा है. Yeah, try to in an online class try to position yourself opposite to a light. So there should be tube light opposite to you or somewhere in front of you. Otherwise, black ghost लगेंगे. This is common because, and we need to see, as I told that we are all Sakarvadis, we need proper passport size photo of all of you all, you know. It looks nice, it looks like a class. Otherwise, somebody showing ceiling fan, somebody showing new wallpaper, etc. See my color of my room, etc. We are not interested. Rather have a passport size appearance. It looks nice. It looks like a class. Yes. Continue, Prabhu. Unmute yourself.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy." Purport. Krishna and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. Therefore, Lord Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan throughout the Gita. Bhagavan is the ultimate in the absolute truth. The absolute truth is realized in three phrases of understanding, namely Brahman, or the impersonal, all-pervasive spirit, Paramatma, or the localized aspect of the Supreme within the heart of all living entities, and Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna.
Please pause. So these are the three aspects of realization of Supreme Lord. Anyone has any question? I hope all know these three aspects. We have discussed previously also. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Brahman, the lowest realization. Uske upar Paramatma, which yogis do. And the topmost and the best realization is what the devotees, that is Bhagavan realization. Clear, na? Continue, please.
In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, this conception of the absolute truth is explained thus. Vadanti tat tatva vidas.
No, you're not reading. You are singing shloka. Vadanti tat tatva vidas, like that.
Vadanti tat tatva vidas tatvam yajñatvam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabdayate. The absolute truth is realized in three phrases of understanding by the knower of the absolute truth, and all of them are identical.
So remember, realization in three phases. What does it mean? That there will be lower level of realization, little higher, and the highest. So the absolute truth is realized in three phases. Three installment mein. The first installment is very low level. The ones who are actually worshipping the Nidakar Rupa of the Lord. There are a lot of institutions and a lot of religion who practices worshipping of they worship Lord. Now these all three are spiritualists. Why? Because all three are actually worshipping Lord. But the problem is low level of realization, worshipping with low level. How? They're worshipping Nirakar Lord. Nirakar Lord is wrong? No, Lord is Nirakar. One of his form is formless. And then there is also Paramatma. And then there is also Bhagavan, the form of the Lord. All three are right. All three are spiritual. Continue, please.
Such phrases of the absolute truth are expressed as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. These three divine aspects can be explained by the example of the sun, which also has three different aspects, namely the sunshine, the sun's surface, and the sun planet itself. One who studies the sunshine only is the preliminary student. One who understands the sun's surface is further advanced. and one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. Ordinary students who are satisfied by simply understanding the sunshine, its universal pervasiveness, and the glaring effulgence of its impersonal nature may be compared to those who can realize only the Brahman feature of the absolute truth. The student who has advanced still further can know the sun disk, which is compared to knowledge of the Paramatma feature of the absolute truth. And the student who can enter into the heart of the sun planet is compared to those who realize the personal features of the supreme absolute truth. Therefore,
Clear till now? Clear till now? Clear till now? Yeah, continue.
Therefore, the bhaktas or the transcendentalists who have realized the Bhagwan feature of the absolute truth are the topmost transcendentalists. Although all students who are engaged in the study of the absolute truth are engaged in the same subject matter.
That
The
is Supreme
sunshine.
Lord. The subject matter is Supreme Lord. So all are transcendentalists, all are spiritualists. Please continue. Yeah, boliye.
The sunshine, the sun disk.
One sec. If somebody raises a hand, please stop immediately. हाँ बोलिए, बोलो.
Prabhuji, here Prabhupada mentions that realizes. So, one who is practicing devotee, so can it be said that he is higher than somebody who has realized the Brahman or?
So, realization means accepting, practicing, and preaching. Am I understood? That is realization. Have I told you all the 5 stages of knowledge? I don't know whether I've told in this class or not. There are 5 stages of knowledge. Very carefully listen. The first stage is acquiring the knowledge through our senses. I'll give an example for easy understanding. See, in class, if I tell you all, non-veg nahi khana chahiye. भगवान को हम लोग नॉनवेज नहीं देते हैं क्योंकि भगवान इसको ग्रहण नहीं करते हैं. हम लोग भगवान का भक्त है तो भगवान नहीं लेते तो हम लोग भी नहीं लेंगे. So this is a knowledge which I told and you all heard with your ears. So you all acquired this knowledge through your senses, correct? This is stage 1, acquiring. Stage 2, analyzing. Now you are analyzing in your head. Whatever this fellow told, is he right, wrong? Analyzing. Second stage. Second stage might have 2, A and B. You might have a question. No. Then you raise a hand and ask, लेकिन सर नॉन वेज क्यों हम लोग के पास कैनाइन्स हैं एंड यू नो नॉन वेज इवन आवर पुरखोस दे नॉन वेज एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. Then I give you some answer. So second stage is still going on, analysis, question answer, doubt clearing, and say third stage is accepting, and finally you got convinced. No, you are right. That is called accepting. So first stage was acquiring, second stage analyzing, third stage accepting. Now analyzing includes doubting, clarification, and acceptance, but the third stage we are keeping acceptance as a separate stage. Acceptance. Fourth stage, you might accept but you're not willing to follow. होता ना ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं, they accept non-vegetarian is not good but they will not follow. Why? Because they are helpless to their sense gratification. So fourth stage is practicing. Accepting, third stage. Fourth stage is practicing, and fifth stage, if not done, knowledge is incomplete. That is preaching. You will practice but you will not preach, still your knowledge is incomplete. That means you are not convinced about your knowledge. So I repeat,
third was accept but not willing to follow.
No, that is so first stage is acquiring, second stage is analyzing, third stage is accepting, fourth stage is practicing, fifth stage is preaching. Okay, so you're talking about realization. Realization means preaching. Realization means अनुभूति होए कैसे? He is accepting, realizing, practicing, preaching. Now you ask your question. I hope you got your answer.
I got you.
Yeah, continue, please.
The sunshine, the sun disk, and the inner affairs of the sun planet.
Remember, all must go through these phases. Otherwise, it is dangerous. For example, I'll give you an example. If a person has got the knowledge, he has done stage 1, he acquires the knowledge, he has no patience for stage 2 and stage 3, he directly jumps to stage 4. He got the knowledge, he accepted the knowledge, and of course maybe later on he preached also, but there will be a big problem later on, because he's practicing something which he has not analyzed. Anytime in later on, he might get sense gratification, he might get defeated by Maya or defeated by an opponent and start not following what he practiced. Am I understood? So whatever knowledge you get, it is very important to logic in your head, analyze in your head, ask question if there is doubt and clear your doubts, and then practice. Very important. Usually men do this. Don't get me wrong. This is as per scriptures. I'm not saying this. Prabhupada. Men, it's very difficult for them to bringing into Krishna consciousness. They'll ask 10,000 questions, and even when they're usually I'm talking about in general, when they're 100% convinced, they'll come and never go. This is a general trend we see. Women, on the other hand, it's very easy to bring them because utna sochta nahi hai. Because women, again, Krishna has made us in this way. There's a famous lecture by Radhesham Prabhu. Men think from their head, women think from their heart. Men are rational, women are emotional. This is the way Krishna has made us. Remember, don't stare at me. This is the way Krishna has made us. Okay, I'm not made. I'm just repeating. So, so remember. So that's why they come very quickly. They go also very quickly because they can be easily tricked. Women, very easy to convince. They'll come quickly because they're emotional. They'll think from the heart, and they very quickly go also if they are not getting good, if they are not getting good treatment, they'll go immediately. Chala jayega. Somebody insults them, they'll go. They'll leave Krishna consciousness. Never come back. They'll go to some other institutions where they're being treated nicely because logicize nahi karega. They'll not think in logic and all. But men, on the other hand, they will think 10,000 times before stepping in. Usually it is seen. But again, we are not men, neither women. We are souls, eternal soul, part and parcel of the Lord. So it's very important that we logic. That's why I keep on asking questions. If somebody has question, please ask. Please ask. How many times am I asking? Why? Because we'll move ahead. And maybe one of your foundation question, because you felt shy to ask in the class, remained unanswered. So let that situation not happen here. Pratima Mataji.
Hare Krishna, realization meaning that means that 5 stages, whole the 5 stages. If we are talking about realization, then we should have the 5 stages.
Yeah, these are 5 stages in sequence. Yes, you're right. In sequence. That's why you cannot jump into any other stage. You have to go through these only. Where are you, Bishwar Prabhu? The sunshine, the sun disk, and the inner affair of the sun planet cannot be separated from one another, and yet the students of these 3 different phases are not in the same category. Not in the same category because some are Brahmajyoti study. They do Brahmajyoti study like the Mayavadis. Not Mayavadis, sorry. Impersonalists. Some do Paramatma study and they are yogis. And then some do Bhagwan studies, they are the Vaishnavas. Am I understood? Clear till now? Any question? I am reading now onwards. The Sanskrit word Bhagwan is explained by the great authority Parasar Muni, the father of Vyasadeva, the supreme personality who possesses all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation is called Bhagwan. This is the definition of Bhagwan. There are many persons who are very rich, very powerful, very beautiful, very famous, very learned, and very much detached. But no one can claim that he possesses all riches, all strength, etc. entirely, 100%. Only Krishna can claim this because he is the SPOG. No living entity, including Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Narayana, can possess opulence as full as Krishna. So Krishna has 64 opulence. Next is Narayana has 60. Sorry. Yeah. Next is Shiva, 55. And next is the highest living entity, Brahma, 50. Am I understood? Okay, clear? Therefore, it is concluded in the Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma himself that Lord Krishna is the SPOG. No one is equal to him or above him. He is the primeval Lord or Bhagwan, known as Govinda, and is the supreme cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. There are many personalities possessing the qualities of Bhagavan, but Krishna is the supreme because none can excel him. He is the supreme person and his body is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. He is the primeval Lord Govinda and the cause of all causes. Brahma Samhita 5.1. In the Bhagavatam also there is a list of many incarnations of the SPOG. But Krishna is described as the original personality of Godhead, from whom many incarnations and personalities of Godhead expand. Very important shloka coming up. Very powerful, very important to understand each and every word of the shloka. Etecham sakalapum Krishnanti yuge yuge. All the lists of incarnations of Godhead submitted herewith are either plenary expansions or part of plenary expansions of the Supreme Godhead. But Krishna is the SPOG himself. Let me go the other way. Krishna is the SPOG himself and rest are either his incarnations or plenary expansion or part of plenary expansion. Ete chamsa kalapumsa. Yani either they are amsa और amsa का amsa को kala बोलता है. The other day, I told you all about first chaturvya, second chaturvya. Did I tell in this class? First quad, second quad. Okay. Please write down. I'll be very brief. Please write down. So Krishna's first expansion is Balarama. So from Krishna, make an arrow and write Balarama. Please hurry up. From Balarama, make another arrow. First expansion is called first quad, QUAD, short form of quadrilateral or quadruple. First quadruple. বাংলায় বলে প্রথম চতুর্ভুজ. The first quad consists of VSPA. Please write VSPA. Full form being Vasudev Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha.
Prabhu Vasudev then?
VSPA. Vasudev Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. From the S of first quad, give another arrow. Put another arrow. Comes Narayan. From Narayan, put another arrow. Another expansion. Second quadruple. Second quad. Ba Banglaয় দ্বিতীয় চতুর্ভুজ. Please tell me if I am slow. From second quad, দ্বিতীয় চতুর্ভুজ, it consists of again VSPA. In the second VSPA, the S stands for, you can write in bracket, Mahasankarshan. It is different from the first S. From the second VSPA, in the second VSPA, please write মহাসংকর্ষণ ব্র্যাকেটে এস এর জন্য, এস মানে সংকর্ষণের জন্য ব্র্যাকেটে রাইট মহাসংকর্ষণ।
And for the V, it is same. Vasudev.
Same. In the second quad, from the second quad, another arrow expansion. From the S of the second quad, from the S of the second quad, another arrow. Is right. Three Purusha avatars. Namely, Karmadakshaya Vishnu or Mahavishnu, number 1. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, number 2. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, number 3. From Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, put another arrow and write avatars. Now I'm going to summarize what I just told. From Krishna, the first expansion is Balarama. From Balarama, first quad, VSPA. The S from first quad, there's another arrow, means further expansion to Narayana. From Narayana, second quad, VSP again. The second S is called Mahasankarshan. From him, another arrow, that is Purushavatar, 3 Purushavatar. The first being Mahavishnu or Karnadakshaya Vishnu, they are same. Second being Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and third being Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. From Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, all the avatars come. All the avatars like Ram, Varaha, Nrsimha, etc. etc. Why I told you this? Now come back to the shloka. The shloka says, Ete chamsa kala pumsa. ये जो अंश है या कला, कला means अंश का अंश है. Ete chamsa kala, these are all amsha or amsa kala. But Krishna तो भगवान है. Krishna is not an amsa and not an amsa ka amsa ya kala. Amsa ka amsa को कला बोलता है. First expansion amsa. After that, any other expansion, they are all kala, K-A-L-A. But Krishna's to Bhagwan Swayam. Swayam mane avatari. Am I understood?
প্রভুজি তাহলে কলা অবতার যেগুলো সেগুলো অবতার থেকেই আসে?
কলা মানে অংশের অংশকে কলা বলা হয়।
তার মানে যেগুলো অবতার,
হ্যাঁ, অবতারের একটার থেকে একটা বেরোচ্ছে তো। আমি ওই জন্য অ্যারো কেন দিলাম? এর থেকে এটা হচ্ছে, এর থেকে এটা হচ্ছে, এর থেকে এটা হচ্ছে, তো এর থেকে এটা করতে করতে সব এগুলো অংশ নয়তো কলা। কিন্তু ভগবান কৃষ্ণাস্তু ভগবান স্বয়ং, ভগবান স্বয়ং ইজ কৃষ্ণ। এরাও সব ভগবান, কিন্তু স্বয়ং ভগবান মানে অরিজিনাল আদি ভগবান কে? কৃষ্ণ। বসনে শ্লোকটা হচ্ছে এতে চামসা কলা পুংসা কৃষ্ণাস্তু ভগবান স্বয়ং। All the lists of incarnation of Godhead submitted herewith are either plenary expansion or part of plenary expansion of the Supreme Godhead, but Krishna is the SPOG himself. Therefore, Krishna is the original SPOG, the absolute truth, source of both super soul and impersonal Brahman. So Krishna is the source of Paramatma and also of Brahmajyoti. Clear till now? In the presence of the SPOG, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsmen is certainly unbecoming, and therefore Krishna expressed his surprise with the word Kutaha. Wherefore? भाई हम खरा है, भगवान खरा है, और why are you lamenting? उसीलिए Arjuna Prabhupada is writing, in the presence of SPOG, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsmen is certainly unbecoming. It's not befitting. अच्छा नहीं लगता है. I'll give you another example for this. Once an old lady was stitching. Stitching करता है ना? Suddenly, her needle fell. She was stitching and suddenly needle fell. And because she was old and her eyesight was weak, she intensely prayed to the Lord, Hey Krishna. Just like she just lamented like this. Hey Krishna. And her lamentation was so intense that it made Krishna come down from Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan, and he appeared in front of her. And you know what the lady said asked him? Hey Bhagwan, Can you please find my needle? Hare Krishna. Now, similar thing is here. Krishna is standing in front of him and is lamenting for his kinsman. Prabhupada is writing, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsman is certainly unbecoming in presence of excellency. And therefore, Krishna expressed his surprise with the words, Kuta, where from kahan se ye sab aa raha hai tumhara gyan tha? Kahan se ye bakwas kar rahe ho? He said, like that, you know. Such impurities were never expected from a person belonging to the civilized class of men known as Aryans. The word Aryan is applicable to person who know the value of life, Arjo, and have a civilized basis based on spiritual realization. Persons who are led by material conception of life do not know the aim of life is realization of absolute truth, Vishnu or Bhagwan. And they are captivated by the external feature of the material world. And therefore, they do not know what non-Aryans. Although Arjun was a Kshatriya, he was deviating from his prescribed duties by declining to fight. This act of cowardice is described as befitting the non-Aryans. এখানে ভুল লিখেছে না, this act of cowardice is described as befitting the Aryans, হবে না? This act of cowardice is described as befitting, what do you think? The Aryans হবে না? The non-Aryans হবে। আপনাদের বই কি লেখা আছে?
Non-Aryans লেখা আছে প্রভু, কিন্তু মনে হচ্ছে Aryans।
কি হওয়া উচিত মনে হচ্ছে?
प्रभु जी ठीक ही लग रहा है।
ठीक ही আছে।
क्या आर्यन फाइट करते हैं ना, तो वो अर्जुन ऐसे बोला नहीं करेंगे तो वो नॉन-आर्यन।
This act of cowardice
বাংলায় লেখা আছে, জগতের বন্ধন থেকে মুক্ত হওয়ার জ্ঞান যাদের নেই তাদেরই বলা হয় অনার্য, মানেই তো non-Aryan।
পরের সেন্টেন্সটা।
আচ্ছা, তারপরে বলছে যে যদিও অর্জুন ক্ষত্রিয় ছিলেন তবুও যুদ্ধ করতে অস্বীকার করে তিনি তার স্বধর্ম থেকে বিচ্যুত হচ্ছিলেন। এই ধরনের কাপুরুষতা অনার্যের জন্যই মানানসই।
befitting. This act of cowardice is described as befitting the befitting, sorry, not befitting us. ঠিকই লেখা আছে। Befitting
অনার্যদের জন্যই এরকম কাপুরুষতা মানে উপযুক্ত, কিন্তু একজন ক্ষত্রিয়ের জন্য সেটা নয়। বিফিটিং ফর আ ক্ষত্রিয়,
befitting for a অনার্য,
বিফিটিং ফর আ অনার্য।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিকই আছে। Okay. Such deviations from the duty does not help one in the progress of spiritual life, nor does it even give one the opportunity to become famous in this world. Lord Krishna does not approve of the so-called compassion of Arjun for his kinsman. Any question? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Yeah, Sadhvita Mataji.
হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি, আমার কোয়েশ্চেন হচ্ছে যে কি যে এখানে যে সেকেন্ড কোয়াড যেটা আপনি বললেন, ওখানে আবার বাসুদেব, দেন মহাসংকর্ষণ, প্রদ্যুম্ন আর অনিরুদ্ধ, তো আবার বাসুদেব।
প্রশ্নটা কি?
তো মানে কোয়েশ্চেনটা হচ্ছে যে কি যে মানে কৃষ্ণা, দেন বলরামজি আসতেন, দেন তারপরে বাসুদেব, সংকর্ষণ,
আবার কেন এসছে বাসুদেব, এটাই কি প্রশ্ন?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
এরকম ভগবান বানিয়েছে, নিজেকে এক্সপ্যান্ড করেছে, আমি কি করবো? এটা কোনো উত্তর নেই।
আচ্ছা
ভগবান এভাবে এক্সপ্যান্ড করেছে নিজেকে। প্রথমে কেন বলরাম এসছে, এখন করেছেন উনি প্রথমে বলরামকে, ইমিডিয়েট এক্সপ্যানশন ভগবানের বলরাম কেন করেছেন এটা ভগবানকে ফোন করে জিজ্ঞেস করতে হবে।
আর হচ্ছে যে কার্ণদক্ষাই বিষ্ণু মহা,
আমি কেন এই উদাহরণটি দিয়েছি, এই পুরো স্ট্রাকচার কেন বুঝিয়েছি, এই শ্লোকটাকে বোঝানোর জন্য। এতে চমসা কালাপুংসা, মানে ইমিডিয়েট এক্সপ্যানশনকে অংশ বলা হয় আর এক্সপ্যান্ডেড এক্সপ্যানশনকে কলা বলা হয়। এটা বোঝানোর জন্য আমি এই পুরো জিনিসটা, এই চার্টটা আপনাদের দিলাম। আশা করি বুঝতে পারছেন কেন দিলাম। ইয়েস, বলুন, আর এটা কি বলছিলেন?
আরেকটা হচ্ছে যে এটা কি আপনি বললেন যে গর্ভদক্ষাই বিষ্ণু থেকে সমস্ত যে আরো যে অবতার এর আরো বিস্তার হচ্ছে, যেটা না ক্ষীরোদক্ষাই বিষ্ণু। ঠিক
আমি কি ক্লাসে বলেছিলাম প্রথমে এই জড়জগৎ কেন বানানো হয়েছে, কে অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেটর করবে? প্রথমে কারণদায়ক বিষ্ণু, ওনার লোম থেকে কোটি কোটি ব্রহ্মাণ্ড হবে, যতগুলো
হ্যাঁ
ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ততগুলি গর্ভদায়ক বিষ্ণু, এগুলো বলেছি না এই
হ্যাঁ
ক্লাসে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
Yes,
হ্যাঁ
Prabhu.
তো এগুলো সব এই যত পুরুষ অবতার, এগুলো দ্বিতীয় চতুর্ভুজের যে সংকর্ষণ আছে বা মহাসংকর্ষণ, ওনার থেকে সেকেন্ড পুরুষ অবতার এক্সপ্যান্ড হয়, মানে যতগুলো পুরুষ অবতার, তিন পুরুষ অবতার ওনার থেকে বিস্তারিত হয় মহাসংকর্ষণ থেকে। আর কেন এই মহাসংকর্ষণ, why did I differentiate in the second S? Because Balaramji expands himself in 5 ways. I think I have told in this class. That is Mahasankarshan, Anantoshesh, and 3 Purusha Avatar. Total 5 expansions of Balaramji or Nityananda Prabhu. These are the 5 expansions of Balaramji. Mahasankarshan, that is the second S of the VSPA. Second quadrant S, অনন্তশেষ আমি মনে হয় দেখিয়েছিলাম, ওই মেটেরিয়াল ওয়ার্ল্ডকে নিচে দিয়ে একটা ধরে আছে এইভাবে একটা সাপ, সেটা হচ্ছে অনন্তশেষ। সেই যে চারটা দেখানো হয়েছিল না লাস্ট ক্লাসে, ফটোটা ওর মধ্যে আছে। অ্যান্ড 3 পুরুষ অবতার, মানে মহাবিষ্ণু, গর্ভদক্ষায় বিষ্ণু, ক্ষীরদক্ষায় বিষ্ণু, এই 5 জন বলরামেরই এক্সপ্যানশন। এগুলো পুঙ্খানুপুঙ্খানুভাবে জানতে হবে। Otherwise, why am I telling you? Otherwise, everything coming ahead na will be based on these things. এই ফাউন্ডেশন ফার্স্ট সেকেন্ড চ্যাপ্টারে যদি টুকটাক, স্পেশালি ইন্ট্রোডাকশনে যে তত্ত্বগুলো এগুলো যদি না ক্লিয়ার থাকে না, পরবর্তী চ্যাপ্টারে মজা পাবেন না পড়ে।
মানে বলরামই মহাসংকর্ষণ, তাই তো? বলরামই মহাসংকর্ষণ, তারপরে উনি এক্সপ্যান্ড করেন। হ্যাঁ, তারপরে উনি এক্সপ্যান্ড করছেন তিনটে বিষ্ণু।
ঠিক আছে? Any other question? I request all of you all, please memorize the shlokas. যেগুলো দেওয়া হয়েছে আশা করি প্রিন্ট আউট নিয়ে প্লিজ পুট দেম ইন ইউর হোম, and whenever you pass through that place, read all the shlokas. Try to find out a short form for the shloka numbers. At the same time, parallelly, please mark all the closed book answers and open book question answers. এক্সাম প্যাটার্ন প্রথম ক্লাসে ওরিয়েন্টেশনে বলেছিলাম, ঠিক আছে পরবর্তীকালে সময় বলবো, এখন সময় হয়ে গেছে। At the same time, remember there will be 1 week gap because of Gaur Mandal, Navadvip Mandal পরিক্রমার জন্য 18 তারিখ থেকে 25 তারিখ there will be a gap. Use that 1 week to write all the answers, open book, and mark the questions of the closed book. It will help. Use those Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You all can also meet up, use my Google link or use your Google link. সবাই একত্র হয়ে এগুলো মার্কিং পড়াশোনা করে করতে পারেন। It is good, খুব ভালো হবে। You all can use that Monday, Wednesday and Friday which will be off. এইভাবে সবাই গুগল মিটে মিট করে একজন করবে, মার্কিং গুলো করবেন, কোয়েশ্চেন আনসার। You can do that if you all want to. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.